sausages don't get enough credit because they're the only food that you can have all throughout the day.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're looking at the most repulsive meals served on Come Dine With Me. Don't watch this while you're having your tea.
The smell, the texture, the look. There wasn't one appealing thing about it.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 10. Stilton mushrooms. Oh dear, was it supposed to look like that? Probably not, considering it looked completely revolting.
This starter, it's going to look good, it's going to be beautifully presented, and also it's going to taste mwah.
While everybody on cooking shows says that the presentation isn't as important as the taste, we all know that that's not true. If something looks rank, it's going to have to be absolutely delicious to erase the image.
It's a bit gooey, so I think I just might add some cream just to ungoo it. Sometimes it actually tastes better than it looks.
Let's hope this is one of those times.
Some of the guests loved it though, so fair play to them. But Mark was so horrified at the idea of eating Stilton that he completely refused to even taste it. Then again, a lot of people probably agreed with him, and it really did look repulsive before she served it up on that bread.
It looked like swan poo, but I tell you what, it tasted incredible.
Would you give it a go? Number 9. Iron Brew float.
It's a wee bit runny.
Here comes the popular Scottish soft drink to create the,
Oh no!
Ice cream floats have never really taken off in the UK, and you'll find no small number of Brits who balk at putting a scoop of ice cream in a glass of fizzy pop. But for this couples edition, we were in Glasgow, and this couple went for something fun by creating an ice cream float with a Scottish twist. Iron Brew, obviously.
I can see the float, but I can't find the ice cream.
Dig right deep.
Look, I'm still fishing.
The big problem was that the homemade ice cream hadn't had enough time to set and became liquid as soon as it touched the Iron Brew. People were left with a sludgy, fizzy mess for their pudding.
I can see the float, but I can't find the ice cream.
Dig right deep.
Look, I'm still fishing.
It's hard to make a table of Scots refuse a glass of Iron Brew, but they managed it, producing something that looked more like a prawn cocktail.
They managed to ruin two of my favourite things, tablet and Iron Brew, but so yeah, it definitely wasn't the best dessert I've ever had.
Number 8. Salmon and croute.
Well, if I was served this at a top restaurant, I'd be pretty chuffed.
It's a show-stopping dinner party classic, but Sam and Carl just didn't pull it off. It looked alright, but inside that pastry, a secret was hiding. Cream cheese, creme fraiche, and spinach.
I really love the salmon, but I don't like the cream cheese with it.
A bit cheesy.
I feel the same about the cream cheese.
Yeah, cream cheese is not a favourite, is it?
Yeah, it's not for me.
These are all traditional ingredients in salmon en croute, but it just didn't go over well. There was far too much cream cheese, while one dinner guest didn't actually get any of the sauce. They forgot to add it to his.
I don't think mine got any spinach and cream cheese.
Oh.
Yeah, so sorry.
I'm sorry about that.
No.
We're sure that with a different lineup of guests, this would have gone down better, but everybody agreed that the cream cheese was overpowering.
Thought the meal was disgusting, to be honest. I need to get out.
Number 7. Indian soufflé.
I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm hoping for the best. It could be awful, but I'm just going to blag it.
Charles's night went appallingly, thanks to his habit of buying everything from the shop. He didn't even make the homemade bhajis himself, getting a friend to do it and then drop them round. For pudding, for his Indian-themed night, he gave them an assortment of Indian sweets, one of which was supposed to be a type of soufflé. Unfortunately, nobody liked it, including Charles himself.
On to dessert. How's that soufflé? All light and fluffy?
It feels like fish.
Fish?
It's as much about the experience tonight as it is about whether they like it.
Well, don't expect fine dining if you're making anything out of a packet mix, let alone food from another culture you have no experience cooking in. Unsurprisingly, between this pudding disaster and the bhaji outburst, he didn't win.
It tastes like skin, doesn't it?
Skin?
It's horrible.
Number 6. Steak and chips.
Something with a stew-line steak.
A what, sorry?
Stew-line?
What's that?
Stew-line?
Have another crack at it.
Stew-line steak.
Close enough.
How can you go wrong with steak and chips? Well, other than by not labelling the steaks properly and losing track of which was supposed to be cooking in which way, by having appalling hygiene in the kitchen.
They're ready to turn now, I think.
Grab those tongs then. Oh, crikey.
Well, it's beats burning my fingers, isn't it?
Well, I suppose. How about the chips? Not the glove again. Oh!
Claire from Cardiff was the most amateur of all the show's amateur chefs. Bless her. And even the chips went horribly wrong. They ended up massively undercooked despite her efforts to stir them, which she did with her dirty oven gloves. But then she broke out the microwave.
I asked my steak blue. It was a little bit overcooked for what I would have liked.
It was overcooked. It was tasteless. Even the potatoes were cold and soggy.
What a disaster. Microwaved steaks covered in barbecue sauce with a mushroom for good measure. It wasn't Claire's cooking that ruined the night though, but Giovanni's outburst.
Oh, you're so full of bull. Just tell the truth. Tell the truth. Right? Then just tell
Are you
the truth.
finished?
No,
Are you
tell the
finished?
truth.
You put your
Yeah,
knife and
that's
fork
it,
like
no,
you're
no,
finished.
stop.
Number 5. Beef teriyaki.
That tonight was like eating cardboard.
The rice was really, really cold. The asparagus was soggy because it was cold.
More hapless students. Ian made beef teriyaki for his guests, but seemed to forget the teriyaki element of the dish. He served up extremely overcooked beef on a bed of white, totally unseasoned rice, with some asparagus sticks thrown in for good measure. Not only did he seemingly forget the soy sauce marinade, and didn't even provide a bottle of soy sauce for them to use if they wanted to add some flavour, he forgot to get them any cutlery too.
You can taste the flavour in the meat. I'll give you that, mate.
Yeah, that's better.
Are you having a joke? The flavour's dried out of it. It's like Gandhi's flip-flop.
It was so dry that none of them could get it down, and could barely hide their disgust when he brought the plates out. Even Ian had to admit that it was awful.
This is bloody awful. Don't eat it. We're going to McDonald's.
Number 4. Baby food.
Ice cream traditionally is made with cream.
And it's also traditional to be polite.
Sarah was being awful to everyone throughout the week, under the guise that she was just being honest with her fellow diners.
So this would be the stage that I'd leave it if I was going to feed it to a baby, if they were just getting onto solid food. But what I'm going to do for us is add a little bit of liquid.
As is always the case, the harshest critics faced the worst scrutiny on their nights, and they didn't pull their punches. After joking that because Sarah was a nanny, she was going to make children's food for them, she ended up doing just that, producing a glorified baby food recipe for the starter.
So it's still looking a bit like baby food. I've got a feeling a couple of our crew are looking for anything to complain about.
Half of them didn't like the soup, and the half that didn't like the pâté, and they didn't mince words when she asked.
It was just much too sweet for me, that soup. It was what you would feed to an infant.
Well, what does she expect after being so bloody rude all week?
You're dying to be honest, aren't you, Joe? Please tell me what you think.
It's pretty disgusting for me.
Disgusting?
Yeah.
Joe, this is a table where we're having dinner. Please try and monitor your language.
Number 3. Extra sardines.
Who wants the big one? Go on.
No, thank you.
Do you not like prawn? I don't fancy a sardine.
David was making tagliatelle, and to his traditional Italian tagliatelle, well, Italian by way of Ibiza, he cooked up a big tray of sardines for people to enjoy. Except whole sardines are a big risk at a dinner party, and 2 of his guests admitted that they didn't like them.
You're hiding something.
What do you mean?
I've tried sardine and it pained me to do so. I mean, really awful. You've hid yours.
Mark tried to hide his sardine, though, before the others realised what he'd done. When the game was up, he was made to take a bite, but it was full of bones, as is the risk with serving whole fish.
Are you okay?
Oh!
There you are, darling. No, if you're going to, do it in there.
I'm all right. That's very gracious of you, Karen.
David was oblivious to his failure, though it was soon forgotten by Karen flashing her leg at everyone after getting hurt on her night.
And I repeatedly said, it is really so, it is really so, it is really so.
Was it really so?
Number 2. Sausage trifle.
Yes, she really is serving sausage in a trifle.
These are trifleicious.
No, they're sausages.
An even more eccentric character than Claire, Annie Rose loved sausages more than anything else in the world. She incorporated sausages into all her dishes, including her pudding, which, of course, was a sausage trifle.
Annie Rose, I think you might need to bring in reinforcements.
Oh my God, this looks gorgeous.
I think you need your eyes tested.
They couldn't believe their eyes when she ladled out the trifle and they found sausages hidden in the jelly, and nor could we watching at home.
It's got sausages in it!
Chaos descended, with one of them even collapsing, and then the table almost breaking. It was easily one of the most memorable come dine with me moments, though you'd still struggle to find anyone willing to try sausage trifle.
Very with me. I'll get her up again. Come on, babe. Up, and then Chris is down.
Number 1. Cheese custard.
Who wouldn't like that, eh? Look at it, it's great.
Sophie and Lucas from Manchester produced quite possibly the most disgusting meal we've ever seen on the show. Never ones to be conventional, they made blue dip, accidentally somehow, a bacon roly-poly, and cheese custard.
I've never seen anything like it.
You haven't tasted it yet?
No, but, you know, you can't read a book by its cover.
Judge.
The cheese was easily the worst, though it had stiff competition from the rest of the menu and had a texture not of this world.
There you go.
The cheese was so thick it could be wrapped around the forks like spaghetti, and none of them enjoyed the flavour.
I have never, in my 39 years on this earth, been given anything like that in my life.
In hindsight, the cola marinated chicken wings and blue dip actually look edible. We really wouldn't want to taste this cheesy bacon mess.
You know, we spent all day making that, and we've made that a million times, and it's always been really nice.
And I've never met anyone who that isn't their favourite food once they've tried it once.
Let us know in the comments which of these meals you wouldn't be able to finish.
The starter was baby food. I couldn't eat it.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.